ever purchased something and you knew it was pretty, but then when you started playing around with it, you didn't realize at first how pretty it was. So, and how exciting it was. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Half a day, everyone. This is Becky Toes with Crafty Chamarita. Thank you so much for joining me. Whether you're watching me live or you're catching me on the replay, as always, I am so thankful for all the viewers who watch my videos. I really am. So please, if you like what you're saying, leave a comment. I really appreciate that. So last month, Stamping Up came up with a kit called Painted Petals. And oh my gosh, what a pretty kit it is. And then they offered the refills at a discounted price. So I jumped on it, and within a day, the refills were all sold out. That just shows you how popular this kit is. So what I did is I purchased enough for a class. So today I'm going to be showing you the kit, and some of the alternatives that I made. And then also I'll be showing you some of the things that we'll be making for the class. So the class is going to be this Monday. I think that's the 3rd. I'm so bad with dates. But whatever the Monday is, it's Labor Day, it's a holiday, and it's going to be from 10 to 12. And if you're interested in joining the class, please let me know. We still have space. So, all right. So without further ado, let me go ahead and switch to my workspace here so that you could see what I'm talking about and what the big fuss is all about, right? Okay, so the name of the kit is called Painted Petals. The box is gorgeous. Just the box in itself is very pretty. So let me show you what comes in the kit. So remember that for the class, you're getting the refill. So with the refill, you're not going to be getting the stamp and the ink spots, but everything else is still available in the kit. So this is the stamp set. This is what the kit makes. 3 gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. It looks like that. Here are the card bases. Let me pull it out. You're going to get 3 of each one of these card bases. So this one is predominantly Old Olive. This one is Calypso Coral. And this one is Melon Mambo. And the great thing about it, and one of the reasons why I just can't stop playing with the kit, is that when you chop it up, you can use the front for a card front, and then you can use the back for another card front. So I'll be doing that today to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Then it comes with these pieces here, and then also pieces for the sentiment. It comes with dimensionals and a strip to adhere things to, as well as gems. And comes with these pieces, these die cut pieces. These are so gorgeous. Looks like that, right? So gorgeous. So you know what? Since I'm going to be using one of them, let me pull it out now. So you do have to handle them gently, because you know some of these pieces are thin. Oops, I'm tearing out 2, and I only mean to use one of them. So let me pull this out, because this is what I'm going to be using for my demonstration today. And let me move that to the side. And then all the paper pumpkin kits now, they come with this piece that shows you what the stamps do stamp. And then the envelopes, oh my gosh, these envelopes are so pretty. So these are corresponding envelopes. You've got Melon Mambo, you've got Calypso Coral, and you have the Old Olive. What I love about these is that the inside also has color to them, so you can use that as well. So in fact, let me pull one out so that I can use the inside for what I'm going to be demonstrating today. Okay, so let me put this away. And then before I start making my card, let me show you what we're going to be doing for the class. So these are the 3 cards that the kit makes. So you can always follow along with the instructions and make the cards as they are printed in the instruction sheet, or you can opt to do something else. And that's what I'm going to be showing you, the opting to do something else. Because the alternatives, oh, I can't tell you how much fun I got. I had to tell myself, stop already, because I need to go on and do my live. So right before my live, I was still making cards. Hi, Shar. Thanks for joining me. I always appreciate when you guys pop in. And I know you might be using your lunch hour to do that. So I appreciate that even more. Shar, come take my class on Monday. I think you had a great time. So this is what we're also going to be making with the alternative pieces. We're going to be doing this here. Okay. You know what? I just realized, is it not showing the bottom? It's not. Oh my gosh. I pressed the button, but it's not showing the bottom. So here I was showing everything and it wasn't showing. So, oh my gosh, let me go backtrack. A day. So this is the kit. I'm going to recap it real quick because for some reason it didn't go through. So, all right. So here are the 3 card bases, as I mentioned earlier: Melon Bombo, Calypso Coral, and Oud Olive. This is the printout for the stamps. These are the pieces that come with the kit. Sorry, they're kind of falling apart here. The embellishments and the dimensionals. Some more pieces that you can use for your card. And it always comes with an instruction sheet. And these are the envelopes I was mentioning. So the envelopes correspond to the 3 main colors that the card that we be using in the card. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know, I'm coming on a little bit late today because I was having technical difficulties. So it took me a while to get everything to work, but thankfully, you know, it is working. Yay! So I'm glad about that. Okay. Let me pull this, one of the pink ones out, because that's what I'm going to be using. So let me go back to what I was mentioning before. So this is a display of what you're going to be making. So we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces for the display. It includes the frame for the class. Hi, Anne. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thank you, Shar, for telling me. Yep. Especially when describing it. I knew it was pretty. You could tell, right? You know, one thing about my face is very expressive, so I can't shut it off. So even if I'm upset and I'm trying not to say anything or to show it, all you have to do is look at my face and it shows. So if only there were a way to shut up my face so that I'm not expressing my emotions, right? So yes, I'm excited about this kit because it's just gorgeous. So this is a sample we're going to be using. And I wanted to let everybody know that even though my sample says friend here, and I'll put it up to the camera so that you can see it. It may not be so visible when it's far away. If you join my class, then you have the option of die cutting whatever name you want to use for your display. So if you know that you're going to be giving this away as a gift, then you can die cut that person's name. So it's already personalized right off the bat. This is such a pretty, pretty display. You know, and I can't take credit for it. One of the artisan designers for Stampin' Up! Created this. And when I saw it, I knew exactly right away that I wanted to use it for my class. So it made it a lot easier because I didn't have to come up with the design and the measurements. Okay, let me put that away. So let me show you why I had so much fun working with this kit. Let me cover the glare here. Part of the reason is because this card backing can actually be cut into 2 so that you can use it for your card. So let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. Okay. And how's the weather over there? I know in the States there have been some heat waves. My son who's in San Diego said the weather's actually been okay. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 and 5 1/4 because I'm going to be using this as my card backing. Okay, another thing that you can do, and let me show you quickly how you could do this. I'm not going to do it for this card, but I'll show you how. You can also use the inside here for your card backing. So what you do, let me pull my trimmer down, is pull this, put this as close to the line as you can, and then just cut it straight across here at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to do it on the side. I'm going to turn this around so that I'm still using the the same orientation. Oops, that one wasn't quite enough, so I have to move it over a little bit. Okay. And then when you open it up, you'll see that you can use this piece. So I can cut this, actually cut this down right now. Let me cut it to 4 inches and 5 1/4 so that it's ready for me to use for a card. Okay, and then don't throw this, well, if you want to, you can use this for your sentiment or other pieces here. Okay, so I've got this one that I can use, and I have this one that I can use. All right. And what I did ahead of time is I cut some of the pieces that I'm going to be using. Unfortunately, though, I cut this to 4 5 1/4. So I need to cut this down because this is the same size as this one, but this is the one that I want on top. So I'm just going to cut it down by another 1/4 inch. So it'll be 3 3/4. Oopsie. By 5. If you don't want to remember all of these measurements, you can use the proportional matting. I've been giving those out, but if you want to copy, then let me know. So that way you don't have to always calculate what the measurements are going to be. So I'm going to put this and this together. And when I had to redo my stuff, of course, the piece that I took out went somewhere else. So let me just pull out another piece here. I really like the brightness, the contrast of the brightness of the piece against the black. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It just pops, right? It does such a great job. Okay. I heard something drop, and of course it was my glue. So let me grab my glue real quick. I have to get up here. All right. And let me glue these pieces down. So I'm going to glue my black piece to the pink backing. This was the other half of the card front that looked like this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do with this piece here, I'm actually going to put it on dimensionals because I think it looks really pretty when it's lifted up. So this one, you're going to have to use the mini dimensionals, and I think that's what comes in the kit, is the mini dimensionals. And I like to make sure that there's enough support. So I'm going to be generous with my dimensionals and put them in the places where the dimensionals can fit. So I'm going to go there. Oops. Aren't you guys glad that it's Labor Day weekend? Right? For those of you who are working, I'm sure you appreciate having the extra day off. So if you're not on Guam, you won't be aware that the government of Guam has a huge Labor Day picnic at Ipao Beach, which is the biggest beach park on the island. And everyone's invited to come down. So even if you, don't tell them I said this, but even if you don't work for any of the government of Guam agencies, they will willingly invite you to come in under their canopy and eat food Lots of great food. So when you go down there, you'll just be intoxicated by the smell of barbecue. We call it barbecue here on Guam, but really, when you think about it in the States, it's what they call grilling in the States. But if you're on Guam, you do as what we do. So, um, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't go. It's too hot. So even though I've worked for the government of Guam all my life, I haven't attended any of the Labor Day picnics. So I'm going to put this here in the corner because I know that. Oh, so this one over here needs some backing. So I think afterwards I'll go back in and I'll put dimensionals on that. All right, because I know that I want to put my sentiment here. Will it fit? It'll fit underneath. Okay, and the sentiment that I want to use is this one. This one says, with sympathy, just because I've been using so many of my sympathy cards. So unfortunately, I make and use more sympathy cards than anything else. So even when I do my craft fairs, a lot of people ask for sympathy cards. And I'm going to do it in Melon Mambo to coordinate with the color there. By the way, the stamp set that I'm using, that I used for my cards today, there's actually two of them. One of them is called Unbounded Love. This is a new one. And then Softly Said. I think this one may be retired. I'm not sure. I have to go back and check. And I'm just going to put my glue here. And stick it in. There. Because the flower is so pretty, you really don't need much, to liven up the card. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then I'm going to, of course, put it on my card backing. So I'm just going to use white because there's so much color already between the Melon Mambo and the black. I didn't want the card backing to detract from that. Rub that together. And there you go. Voila. And let me fold this and burnish it. And this card is done. Pretty, right? So pretty. Okay. All right. So now for the other fun part, let me show you the cards, the alternative cards that I made. So I showed you the 3 already that the kit makes. Very pretty, right? And I think, let me just keep this here to block the light. And let me show you the other cards. I tried to group them so that when I explained it, you'll see what I did. So this here is just the card front. The one that I cut in half. So these are just the card front. And instead of using the other overlay pieces on top, I just kept it the way it was because they're very pretty. So here I use one of the sentiments, friends like you make life beautiful. And this one is a Softly Said one, thinking of you. Here I did that cool fold, or you could just cut this in half. So this is 5.5, so this is 2.25. And then I use this as a front, and I put celebrate. Here's another celebrate. Because I wanted to keep it simple because the paper itself is just already so pretty, right? Okay. So that's one set of cards. The other one shows you how I used it with the overlay. So this one has that same pink on black. And I put just because. This is from the Softly Said stamp set. And these two, I opted not to put any sentiments on it because sometimes you just need a card that doesn't have anything on it so that you have the flexibility to use it for what you need. And they're so pretty by itself that I didn't feel like I needed to add anything to it, right? Okay. Let me show you the other ones. I'm not done. And then here, I used the envelopes. So when you take the envelope, let me pull an envelope out. So you can take the envelope out and look at this gorgeous pattern, right? All of the envelopes have pretty pictures of flowers on them. You can actually cut this up and you can use it to make a card, right? So that would be, if you decide to use this, that you're adding 9 more possibilities. By the time I was done, I think I made like 16 extra cards, not including the 3 cards that come with the kit. And I just really told myself, I gotta stop because otherwise I just keep on going and going. Hi, Fran. I just noticed that you popped in. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so here are the ones with the envelopes. Here I cut it down. And then this one over here is the envelope itself. This is from the envelope, this green piece. So lots of ways that you can use the kits for alternative cards. Okay. Oh yeah, this one is from the Unbounded Love, and this one is from the Softly Set, the big ones, the big wordings. Okay, let me show you some other ones that I did. So these are from, this is the die that comes with the extra piece. So like every quarter, Stampin' Up comes with a coordinating die to go along with the paper pumpkin. So this one is called Every Celebration Dies, and it's meant to coordinate with this stamp set. So this is, wait, always count back the quarters: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So this die is for July, August, and September kits, right? So I just stamped the flower, which comes as part of the kit, and then I used the die. I stamped it on the 3 different colors for this card. And then for here, I stamped it, I colored it, I die cut it out. And then here I use, I think this is the nature dies. I love these dies. Spotlight on Nature dies. They're so great because they layer. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They layer. It looks like this. And it comes with 2 sets of circle dies. Love this. So versatile. I really like this card. So pretty. And then here, I got to tell you a trick I use. So when I cut out this flower here, I had a rectangle. I cut out the flower, and then I had the negative piece, and I just stamped this inside the negative piece to make this piece here. Isn't that pretty? I mean, sometimes when I come up with these ideas, it's like, wow, I'm never quite sure how it's going to turn out, but it turned out really nicely. And then what I did for the background is I took my blender, my alcohol marker, and I flicked it using the bone folder. I flicked it like that to make that effect. And this is actually the same technique that we'll be using when we do the sampler, right? Okay. Then, you know me, I love making cards with scraps. So I took the pieces of the envelope pieces that were left over, and I cut them into squares. So this is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. This is the first one I did, and I wasn't too happy with it. It's a little bit haphazard. So I found more paper, and then I did it again, and I made it closer and a little bit more symmetrical, right? And again, I use the Spotlight on Nature dies for this. So this is the sentiment that comes with the stamp. And then hello comes from, where did I get that hello? It might be from the same stamp set. I'm not sure. I have to go back and check. Okay. So these, look at these. I'll just put it all down. It's like a bonanza of cards. I made lots of cards with this. So let me go back to my main screen here. Hopefully it switched. Okay, yeah, it did. I wasn't sure if I was pressing the button hard enough. So, as I mentioned to you before, if you are interested in making cards like this, and I tell you, you can make a lot of alternatives just with one kit, then let me know so that you can join the class on Monday. There's still space. The class is $30, but it includes all the materials, all the supplies. You'll get the kit and you'll get the frame that you'll be using for the display, right? What a deal. And in addition to all of that, you get the wonderful company of all the stampers who come. I tell you, we really have such a great time, right? Okay, I think that's it. One more quick reminder, we have about a day left, 2 days if you're in the state, to take advantage of the designer series paper sale. It's 15% off. So some of the more popular ones are no longer in stock, but there's still lots of great paper that's available. And if you placed an order last month and you got your bonus days coupons, please make sure that you use it by August 31st. Okay, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and enjoy the Labor Day weekend. You deserve it. All right, bye. Thank you, Fran. Bye.